Good afternoon, students. So this is your biology class. And today I will continue the chapter cell, the unit of life. Okay, cell, the unit of life. Only two parts are left, that is cytoskeleton part and cilia flagella and centrosome and centriole, and after that we will complete the chapter today. Now first I will discuss about the cytoskeleton. So what is cytoskeleton? Cytoskeleton is an elaborate network of filamentous proteinaceous structure present in the cytoplasm. So what is cytoskeleton? It is an elaborate network of filamentous proteinaceous structure which is present in the cytoplasm, and these filamentous proteinaceous structures are collectively called as cytoskeleton. Okay. Now what is the function of this cytoskeleton? This is helping in the maintaining the cell shape, cell motility, and the support, they are providing the support to the cell. Okay. Now in the cytoskeleton mainly two structures, ultra microscopic structures can be found. These are microfilaments and microtubules. So in the cytoskeleton microfilaments and microtubular structures can be found. So first, what is microfilament? Microfilament is a ultra microscopic thin rod like structure. I am repeating, microfilament is a thin ultra microscopic rod like structure. Okay. I am repeating that in the cytoskeleton we will get that microfilament and microtubule part. These, as their name suggests that micro is there, so these are ultra microscopic structures can be found in the cytoskeleton. Okay. So this ultra microscopic thin rod like structure is called as microfilament, and this microfilament is mainly made up of actin protein. Okay. This microfilament is mainly made up of actin protein, and sometimes some myosin proteins may be present. Mainly it is made up of actin protein like that. Okay. You can see that globular actin, and this is forming a filamentous like structure. That is why it is called as also F actin. Okay. So where is the location of this microfilament? It can be present on the microvilli like that. Okay, like that. So what are the different locations? That it can be present in the microvilli, cytoplasm, okay, and in the muscles. This type of microfilaments can be found. Now what is the function of microfilaments? That microfilaments are playing role in endocytosis, pseudopodia formation, undulating movement of the cell, that muscle construction, cyclosis. These are the different functions of microfilaments. Clear? Next one is microtubules. Okay, so microtubules are also cylindrical, hollow, unbranched structure, and it is mainly made up of tubulin protein. So as their name suggests, so it is mainly made up of tubulin protein, and this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is forming a hollow cylindrical type of structure. So and with this 13 prototubules. Okay, 13 prototubules are present, and I am repeating that it is a cylindrical hollow structure, and it is made up of tubulin protein, and it is made up of mainly two types of tubulin protein, that is alpha and beta. It is forming this type of helical arrangement. Okay. One is made up of alpha protein and another one is made up of beta tubulin protein. Okay. That means that you can see I have drawn that 13 parallel longitudinal prototubules you can see, which forms a globular, or the wall of the microtubule consists of 13 parallel longitudinal prototubules. Okay, and what is the location of that microtubules? It can be found in the centriole, cilia, flagella, basal body. In these structures, this type of microtubules can be found. And what is the function of these microtubules? That this function is, it is helping in support, movement, maintaining the cell form. Okay, so these are the main important part of cytoskeleton. Next we have to read about the another important part, that is cilia and flagella. Cilia and flagella. If I consider the singular of the cilia, it is called as cilium, and the singular of the flagella is considered as flagellum. So, what is cilia and flagella? Both are a hair-like outgrowths. Cilia and flagella are hair-like outgrowths of the cell membrane. These hair-like outgrowths can be found from the cell membrane. Now, in their internal structures, they show same type of arrangement, but in the case of cilia and flagella, they are having some differences. Now, what are the differences present in that cilia and flagella? First, if I consider the size. In case of cilia, the size of the cilia is quite smaller, but in case of flagella, it is quite longer. Okay. So, first difference is according to their size. Next is number. As you know that the number of the cilia is quite more, that means it is numerous. But in case of flagella, the number is 1 to few. In case of cilia, number is numerous, and in case of flagella, number is 1 to few. Next one is location. Next one is location. Now, if I consider the location in case of cilia, now cilia can be present all over the body. Okay, can be present all over the body of that organism, but flagella can be present at one end of the body. Okay, that means it is present on the anterior side. Okay. Now, next difference is with the movement type. Movement type. In case of cilia, they are showing a special type of movement in which two strokes can be found. This type of strokes. Okay, one is power stroke, and again it will regain its position. It is called as recovery stroke. Okay. So, with the help of this power stroke and recovery stroke, the beating or movement of the cilia can be seen. But in case of flagella, the movement is undulating or lashing or whip-like movement can be found in case of flagella. Okay. Now, next criteria is beating. Next criteria is beating. So, cilia can beat independently. Beating of cilia is independent, but beating of the flagella occurs in a coordinated manner. Okay. And the last difference is according to their function. So, what is the function of cilia? It is helping in the movement, locomotion, capturing food, and sometimes it will also performing some sensory function, but in case of flagella, mainly it is helping in the locomotion. Sorry. So, these are the some differences between cilia and flagella. Now, with that, now we have got what are the general structures or general criteria of these two. Now, flagella is quite longer in shape and responsible for the cell movement. In case of prokaryotes and eukaryotes, in both the cases flagella may be present, but in these two also they will show some slight differences. So, in case of flagella of prokaryotes and eukaryotes, they will show some differences, like In case of prokaryotes, they are quite smaller in size, but in case of eukaryotes, the flagella is quite larger in size. And next, I will discuss about the ultrastructure or electron microscopic structure of that cilia and flagella. There we will get arrangement which is called as 9+2 arrangement, and these type of arrangements can be found in the flagella of the eukaryotes, and these cannot be found in case of flagella of the prokaryotes. Okay. So, these type of slight differences can be found. Now, I will draw the structure of the cilia and flagella. Now, if I consider the electron microscopic study of a cilium or a flagella, that it will show that it is covered with a outer structure. It is covered with a structure which is called as plasma membrane. Okay. So, it is covered with a structure which is called as plasma membrane, and the core, the inner core part which is called as axoneme. The inner core part which is called as axoneme, and this axoneme possesses a number of microtubules running parallel to the long axis. Okay, here we will get a arrangement which can be considered as 9+2 arrangement. How? Because in that case 9 peripheral microtubules, 9 doublet peripheral microtubules can be found. So, in that case, in the axoneme, 9 pairs of doublet radially arranged microtubules, 9 pairs of doublet peripheral microtubules can be found. You know what is microtubule, as I have mentioned earlier. So, first arrangement is 9 plus what we will get, that with that a pair of centrally located microtubule can be found. So, a pair of centrally located microtubule. So, one pair means 2. So, this type of arrangement is called as 9+2 arrangement or 9+2 array. How? Because I have explained it that 9 peripheral, that means it will be present at the periphery. 9 pair of doublet peripheral microtubules and 1 pair of central microtubules can be found, which shows that 9+2 array. Okay. Now, we have to know the how that 9 doublets microtubules looks. It looks like that. Okay, this is 9 doublet microtubules, and this A part is having 2 arms. Okay, this A part is having 2 arms. The arm which is present outer side, it is called as outer arm, and the another arm is called as inner arm. Okay, so that is called as AB. And this A is made up of protein which is called as dynein protein, and which shows ATPase activity and hydrolyzes the ATP, from where they are getting the power for the movement of the cilia and flagella. So, for moving cilia and flagella, they need some power. So, from that ATPase activity, due to the hydrolysis of the ATP, they are getting the power for moving the cilia and flagella. Okay. Now, first I will draw the central part, and after that I will show you the 9 peripheral part. Okay. So, centrally place 2 . Okay, so these are central microtubule. They are connected by a structure which is called as cross bridge. Sorry. So these are two, that is in the 9+2 arrangement we have drawn that two centrally placed microtubule. Now I have to draw the 9 peripheral microtubule. Okay. So I am drawing a rough diagram. Okay. Just understand the different parts, and that is the 9 peripheral microtubules, and these are attached and it is covered with a central sheath. A thickening is present at the end of this structure. Okay, so that is the structure of the ultrastructure of cilia and flagella. So in the center portion you can see that is called as central tubule. That one is the connection between those two central tubule is called as cross bridge, and around the central tubule there is a area, proteinaceous area, which is called as central sheath. Okay. This is called as central sheath, SHEATH sheath, and you can see that these are the 9 peripheral microtubules which are doublet, and that one is A, that one is B, and it is connected with a linker with the outer arm of the A. B is connected, and that is why it is called as AB linker. Okay, that connects between the A and B. That means that each AB subfiber sends a radial proteinaceous spokes that broaden internally and form a head or knob like structure, and the head joins the central proteins. You can see that spokes are arising from that part, and that is a knob like structure, and when it is moving, these will connect with that central sheath part. Okay. So these are the connection between the A and B, that is why they are called as AB linker. Okay. So this is the different, and what are these structures? As I have mentioned that these are radial spokes. Okay. So that is the altar structure of cilia and flagella. That is the altar structure of cilia and flagella. Now we have to know that, okay, I am repeating all the parts once again, that in the electron microscopic study, in the inner part of the cilia and flagella we will find a structure which is called as axoneme, which possesses the 9 pairs of doublet radially arranged peripheral microtubules, 9 pairs, and 1 pair of centrally located microtubules. Okay. And arrangement of the microtubules is, this type of arrangement of microtubules is referred to as 9+2 arrangement or 9+2 array. In that, the central tubules are connected with a structure which is called as cross bridge and is also enclosed by a central sheath. It is enclosed by a central sheath which is connected to one another of the tubules of the peripheral doublets by a spoke like structure. So some spokes are coming out from that part, and these spokes are called as radial spokes. Okay, thus there are 9 radial spokes are attached. You can see the 9 radial spokes are attached with this structure, and these are helping in the movement in case of cilia and flagella. And another thing, that these peripheral microtubules are interconnected by linkers, which is called as AB linker. Okay. And in case of both cilia and flagella emerge from a structure. These structures, that cilia and flagella, are emerged from a structure which is called as basal body, which is called as basal body. There are some differences between that next part, that is centrosome or centriole with the basal body. Next we have to know that one. So next our cell organ is, that is centrosome and centriole. Centrosome and centriole. So before that I have explained another part, that is basal body, that cilia and flagella originate from the basal body and its alternative name is basal granule or blepharoplast. Okay. Now what is the position? It can be present below the plasma membrane of cilia and flagella, and it is quite larger in size and the numerous in number, and it can be found all the cells which are having cilia and flagella. So this is having some this type of differences with the centriole. Now if I consider the interstructure, that is centrosome is that two cylindrical structures. Okay, this type of cylindrical structure, that means centrosome is an organelle containing two cylindrical structures which are called as centriole. So these two structures are called as centriole and togetherly they are called as centrosome. Two cylindrical structures are considered as centrioles. Okay. Now these centrioles are covered by or surrounded by a amorphous perinuclear material. Okay. So we can say that two centrioles are perpendicular to each other. Two centrioles are perpendicular to each other. Okay. Now they will show a cartwheel like arrangement. Now in that case it will show 9 plus 0 arrangement. 9 plus 0 arrangement. That means in that case it is made up of 9 peripheral microtubules, and particularly it is made up of tubulin protein. As you know that microtubules are mainly made up of tubulin protein. So it is having 9 peripheral fibrils made up of tubulin protein, and each of the peripheral fibril is triplet in structure. Previous one was that doublet in structure, but in that case we will find a triplet structure. So you can see that these type of triplet structures can be found. Okay, so that is A, B, C. These type of triplet structures can be found in that case. So we can say that 9 peripheral triplet fibers of tubulin protein can be found. Okay, that means that 9 peripheral fibril is in triplet in nature. But in the central portion no microtubules will not be found. That's why we are saying that 9 plus 0 arrangement. That means 3 microtubules are joined. You can see that 3 microtubules are joined at their margin. Now that whorl of 9 triplet fibers around form fibers around an imaginary central axis. These 9 triplet fibers will be found around an imaginary central axis. So let me draw that one. That these 9 peripheral triplet fibers can be found around the imaginary central axis, and this is considered called as hub. Okay, this imaginary central axis is called as hub, and this is not having any type of fibers. Sorry, this is not having any type of fibrils or microtubules. Now with that we have to draw that 9 triplet part, that will be like that: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now some thickenings are present. These are some dense material and these are called as X thickening or X body. With that these triplets will be present. Next. Okay, so like that 9 peripheral triplets can be found. Now there are in between them another thickenings can be found like that, which is called as Y thickenings, and these are forming attached like that and forming a spoke like structure, and these are connected like that. So that central portion is considered a hub. These are the triplet microtubules, which are 9 in nature number, and this is X thickening and this is Y thickening, which are actually the dense material. Okay. So in that hub some radial spokes can be found. So that structure is called as radial spoke. Okay, this structure is called as radial spoke. That means from the hub proteinaceous strands called spoke radiates towards the periphery. These structures are radiating towards the periphery. Clear? And you can see that there is a connection between A, B, C. So that is a AC linker. This linker is considered as AC linker. So in that central structure, ultrastructure, what we have got, that in the central region proteinaceous structure which is called hub, and which are connected with the tubules of the peripheral triplets with a structure which are called as radial spokes, and these are also made up of protein. Okay, and the centrioles form the basal. These centrioles also form the basal body in case of cilia and flagella, and spindle. From that centrioles at the time of cell division, spindle fiber formation will takes place. Okay, and this centriole structure is present only in animal cell, and this is not present in plants. Okay. So in my with that I am completing the chapter cell, the unit of life. In my next class I will start with the cell division. So up to this portion all of you have understood? Let me know. Have you understood, everyone? Okay students, so thank you everyone and bye for today.